Hey, what's up, guys? This is Travis. As you just heard, my vehicle apparently doesn't have a horn, but instead I'm slowly killing a goose underneath the hood of the car. So I finally decided, after owning this vehicle for 1.5 years, that this needs to change. Um, we need something that can actually be heard. You can hear this if it's going nowhere and no one's around, but if you're driving on any road, and especially the interstate, there's been too many close calls that we've had where people start to drift over and you try to honk and they can't even hear you at all. So we're going to put in a new horn. I have this right here. It is a Fiam Freeway Blaster. It's the low tone. They come in low tone and high tone, and it's not. I think the ads for it make it sound like it's a much stronger horn than it actually is. I've watched a few YouTube videos of these being put on and read some reviews. It got very good reviews, and it'll be way better than what I have, but it's not anything crazy. It'll probably be more like what a horn should be than what that was. So anyway, I'm going to try to take you through this because there aren't any good step-by-step instructional videos on YouTube in replacing a horn on for an element. So I'm going to try to do that, and I'll check in occasionally with you guys, and hopefully I can get it done through the time it takes for me to enjoy this La Finca cigar. So anyway, once I get the next step going, I will check back in with you. So I have the hood raised here, and the horn's positioned on the driver's side front, about right there, in front of the wheel and behind the headlight and down below. So I looked online at a couple different ways to do this, and I think the easiest way to get to it is going to just take the entire front bumper assembly off. So the first thing I need to do is take the radiator cover off, which is this black piece, and it's held on by these clips. Right, so I'm going to use a paint can lid remover. You can do this with a flathead screwdriver, or also they make an actual tool called I can't remember what they're called, like push pin pliers or something, that will do this. So I'm going to get these taken off, and I'll check back in a second. Okay, so we got the radiator cover off right here. Next is that we need to go down and take off each one of these clips along the top of the bumper. It appears that there are 7 along the top, and then we'll check in with you after that. Okay, so we got all of the 7 clips off of the top. Now, before we go underneath to get the clips there, there's one, it's called a self-tapping screw. It's underneath. I hope you can see this with the light, but the screw right there, it's in the wheel well. This is on the driver's side right now, so there's the front of the vehicle here. And this needs to be taken off because there is a slot from the front bumper. So this is the front bumper, and then the side bumper or quarter panel or whatever. This piece right here has a fitting up here, so we're going to take this out. And I think that's an 8mm bolt there, so we'll try to get a hold of that. And we'll do this on both sides, and we'll check back in for the bottom. Alright, just to show you what it looks like here, if I can hopefully get some good light, this is what the piece looks like behind that self-tapping screw. See, there's a little piece right there. It's not focusing, sorry, but that's the metal slot that comes up from the front bumper. So we'll do that on the other side and then come back. Okay, so we got that other self-tapping screw out. Now we're underneath the front bumper, and you can see that it has some more of those push pin clips, those fasteners here and here. There appears to be 6 here, and then there are also 2 bolts on each side. One here and one down over here. So we're going to get those all off, and then once we get those all off, we should be ready to pull the front bumper off. So I'll check back in after I get all this done. Okay, that's everything, so I'm going to try to pull the front bumper off now. It should just slide out with maybe a little bit of wiggling. Alright, so there we go. We got that off. Here is the old horn. I don't know if it gets more pathetic looking than that, but here's our horn. This is what we're going to take off, and I'll get the new one mounted. And I'll check back with you. I probably won't show that unless there's anything interesting. It should be pretty much plug and play, but I'll try to check back in a second. Okay, so checking back in, got the new horn installed, so here it is. Doesn't look too different, but as you can see, I have it directed back towards the wheel well here, because that's how the other one was positioned. And just reading on forums and online, that's people seem to get a slightly better sound by directing it back towards, and it can reverberate off of this backsplash. What was here before was there was a stock connector that went to the OEM horn, or the stock horn. And unfortunately it wasn't simple, easy plug and play, but all it was clip that wire, strip the end off, put that female connector on, and it slipped right on. This is a single wire connector, so then I jumped the negative end on here as a ground, as per instructions with the horn. So this is all put back together. I've tested it, but I'll wait until I get the whole thing back together to sound it off for you guys. So this may be the most difficult part, which is getting this front bumper back on. So I won't film that to spare you guys the time and effort it takes, so I'll just talk about it later. Alright, see you guys. Okay, so we're back. Got the front bumper back on. The real test will be when I drive down the road to work and see if it holds on or not. But the most important test now is the horn. So let's see what it sounds like now. So that's loads better. It actually sounds like a horn now. So it's not the loudest horn ever. It's not a 18-wheeler semi-horn, but it's way better than a goose being killed. So think of all the geese lives I've saved by exchanging that out. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy that. I know this is usually a pipe channel, tobacco channel, but I wanted to put this up here because I couldn't find anything on YouTube for a step-by-step guide. It was more of a before and after. So here it is. Sorry about the length, but wanted everybody to see that, and I'll catch you guys next time.